As you'll readily discern watching this course, um, artistry is not my specialty. I have a myriad of grandchildren and children that are quite artistic, but they didn't get it from me, that's for certain. Now, I mentioned earlier the meniscus, the little curvature which exists when you're measuring liquids in a graduated cylinder. I do trust you can draw a better graduated cylinder than I did, but like I said, artistry is not my thing. For measuring volume, you use the differences in the way the curvature of the liquid hits the line and how much you pour out and how the curvature of the liquid hits the line. Now you can use this for all your glass containers because virtually all of them, unless they're so fine that you cannot see a meniscus factor, all have the meniscus. So it's now with the solids, it's pretty straightforward. You put it on a balance, and the balance is very a bunch from tons, metric tons, to kilograms, to milligrams. And the old electronic, the modern day electronic balances are actually more superb in comparison to a lot of the mechanical balances of previous eras. I do know they're very expensive if you're going to go buy one because they're collected, they're antiques. If you buy a double pan balance that's in a glass case and it still functions and you still have the original weights with it, the weights are really, really accurate within a 10,000th of a gram, which is quite useful. And you can measure all kinds of lighter weights with them. And if you balance, see, you have to balance the scale when it's like that. And then once it's balanced, and it has a balance level to show you, then you adjust it to where your measurement mark is right on the money. And then you can put, say, 100 milligrams in one side and add enough powder in your other side to where it reaches 100 milligrams. Now, obviously, you don't want to put it on a pan. You'll want to put it in a plastic container of some kind, depending on what you're using it for. So quite often they put the plastic container in and they'll put enough milligrams to equivocate that, and then put 100 milligrams extra, and then add enough to get to that point. That's the old mechanicals. Nowadays, you're spoiled rotten. You have electronic balances which can do all this work for you. I kind of harken back to the mechanicals sometimes because first, it required a touch to be able to operate the things quickly, and that's kind of neat. Again, the concave effect of the liquid that you see here is called the meniscus. Um, it's in the middle, equivalent distance from either side. It's it harkens back to the polarity of water, and I do hope you develop a flair for the understanding of how extremely important that little attraction between one molecule for another is. For those of you that go into biochemistry and go into medicine, you'll find that force is extraordinarily important inside the human body as well as inside the tree, where you saw with the giant sequoia.